Good day, everyone, and thanks so much for watching episode 15 of Collette Talks. I am so excited today because we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, and that is Christmas and the Christmas markets. We have a great, wonderful guest on with us today that I'm really excited to have with us as we talk through what a Christmas market is, and we talk through where you can go and experience Christmas market. We'll also talk through all the wonderful tours that we have that highlight the Christmas markets as well. So really excited to have you on watching us wherever you are, you're joining us. Thank you so much for watching episode 15 on Christmas Market. So I want to welcome Toni Serka, who is the Global Contracting Manager here at Collette. Toni, welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Joshua, for the introduction. A lot of greetings from Croatia. I am Toni Serka, and I am since 6 years by Collette, but altogether some 28 years in industry, especially with American tour operators. So I think I enjoy, otherwise I wouldn't be here for so long.
I thought you said you're in Croatia right now. Is that where you were born and that's kind of where you were raised, or?
That's true. I'm born and raised in Croatia. I learned and studied to be a ship's captain, and this is what I love to do. But unfortunately, at that time when I wanted to do this job, I get on the ship, and I wanted to see the world. But, the most busiest part was when you enter the port and you are in 48 hours done and you have to leave. So this is not what I imagine as seeing the world. And this is when I changed and started to do to work in tourism. And I think this is the time when I started to love to travel and to see and meet the people. And I think in all my 28 years of experience, I had really opportunities to do that around the world.
I love that. And I had the opportunity to go to Croatia about 4 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. I would recommend to everybody, if you have the chance to go, I would put it on your bucket list because it's such a beautiful country, and it's just, there's so much to do and so much to see. And we did pretty much everything. We went for a sales meeting and it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. In Croatia, for example, there is also much more focus now on a Christmas time. So Zagreb, as a Croatian capital, was voted in 2016, 17, and 18 as a top Christmas marketplace in Europe. So, besides all the famous Christmas markets, I think there are now about 100 Christmas markets destinations only in Europe. So everyone is now organizing Christmas markets because it's not only a kind of tradition, but it's definitely a nice way of making some income for the community, for the cities, and the people, especially involved in a small craft or production of the wooden carving or any other stuff what you can find on a Christmas markets.
So when have you always grown up going to Christmas markets? Is that something you do as a family, or is that kind of, how did that play into your life?
Well, throughout the Europe, Christmas markets is a time when you are celebrating Christmas. So it starts 4 weeks or 4 weeks before Christmas with a Sunday, and then you lit the candle every Sunday. And this is a place where young and old go, and you have now all kind of products. But for example, on one of the markets you can which is a bigger one in Budapest, you have 100 different handicrafts. So the people are really presenting their products, their local products, besides all the other more I would say regular stuff what you find on a Christmas market. This is like you can always find like nutcrackers, wooden figures, toasted almonds, the Lebkuchen, gingerbread, bratwurst, mulled wine, and recently in the modern times mulled gin. Gin. Yeah, gin became popular, and we have also mulled gin, on a Christmas markets. So our tours are really visiting some of the best ones, but as the biggest one counts Nuremberg as the biggest Christmas market in the world. But the oldest one is in Dresden from 1434. So it was a long time ago. It's actually it's Middle Age in Germany. They started in the Middle Age with the Christmas markets, and that's the beginning of it, you know. But they said now the capital of Christmas markets is Strasbourg in France. And so it's a eastern part of France attached to Germany, and this is part where the Christmas markets in France are most popular. But you have fantastic Christmas markets in Basel, in Budapest, in Prague. I mean, you name it, you know. But also the Germans, they moved the Christmas markets as well to US. So I think one of the first one were in Chicago, in Denver, in Tulsa. You know, this is how, you know, in US also this Christmas market started.
Yeah, I noticed here kind of, and obviously it's not the same, but in Brooklyn, they kind of have a, not Brooklyn, but down in, excuse me, New York City, they kind of have something like that too in Bryant Park, where there's all kinds of places that are, you know, all little kind of like little cabins that are open up with all the handicrafts at Christmas time. And it's just so wonderful to walk around. And for those that are watching, maybe don't understand what a Christmas market is, it's outside. It's outside with, just as you mentioned, hundreds of booths filled with handicrafts, filled with wonderful food, just a great opportunity to really get in that Christmas spirit and to really kind of, for our guests, it's a great opportunity to do a little shopping when you're there and to bring stuff home to your family. So that's what I love about that. And what's the weather like there, you know, during that time of year?
Well, you know, the Christmas markets time is usually 4 weeks before Christmas, and then it can vary, you know, but normally a real Christmas market should be with the cold weather, and this is why you drink this mule wine and to warm up and so on. But you know, global warming is everywhere, so sometimes you have a Christmas markets on, I don't know, 80 degrees. But
wearing your shorts, getting yourself some buttons and mittens and gingerbread.
Yeah, but in any case, it's Christmas markets. What we organize, or the tours that we organize as a Christmas markets visits, are not only focused on them. You know, we don't want to, you know, bomb you in a Christmas markets and let you do there. You know, we definitely covered in each and every destination the top highlights. We have our product, we have our included local dinners or local entertainment and so on. And we always dedicate some time, mostly in the late afternoon, for the Christmas markets, because that's the best time, you know, to go around and to have a drink or have something light to eat and so on, and shopping, of course.
And I think that's really important for everybody to understand too, is that we do have 4 products. That one new product that'll be on the we'll be able to sell that's for next year, which is the European Christmas markets. But we also have, you know, classic Christmas markets, magical Christmas markets, and as you mentioned, it's not all just about Christmas markets. You're not just going and doing Christmas markets for your full week. You're going and seeing wonderful culinary exclusions, must-see exclusions, cultural experiences. And then the highlight, you know, maybe of that day, then later on, is getting a chance to go to one of the Christmas markets and walk around. But as you mentioned, you're going to have those local interactions. You're going to have wonderful cuisine. And I think that's really important to kind of highlight that we have these different tours that capture Christmas markets, but also the destination itself.
Definitely, you know, Christmas markets are the one very, very big plus to the product that we have prepared, you know. But we have Christmas concerts, we have you know, Christmas menus, we have many things related to the Christmas, and not exclusively Christmas market, you know. So that means it's fantastic visit. You know, I will mention just one. This is the only time of the year when you can enter the castle of Thurn and Taxis in Regensburg, and we have this opportunity to go there because they have their own small Christmas markets, you know. So our passenger can go there. Normally that castle is closed during the year for their private use, But for the Christmas time, they open for the people, they let people in, it's selected, it's not huge, but very, very exclusive. And this is where we have our visit in Regensburg. Or some other markets which I can mention is definitely Budapest, is definitely Vienna. Vienna has, such a cities like Vienna, Prague, Budapest, they have sometimes 10 different markets or 10 different
Oh, wow.
Christmas markets. It's not, it's each part of the town has its own market. And for example, you have one in the city, which is more dedicated to the food, than the other one, which is more dedicated to the wooden carving or so. So it's not that one place has one Christmas markets. No, I think you have always one major one, but you have at least in a big cities another 5 or so. In a cities like Vienna, Budapest, Prague, Berlin, and so Munich,
and I noticed that we do have Christmas markets also when we do the river cruise. And I think that's when you go to Regensburg. You have the opportunity to float down the river and really see the beauty, but then also get off and get to do some Christmas markets. So I think that's a fun, unique way to kind of see and experience that.
Exactly. So with the river cruise, which is going from Vienna to Passau, we visit some really most spectacular Christmas markets in the area in Germany and Austria. But we have as well a product which is coming next year for the first time, and we believe that it will go pretty well. It's Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. So these so-called imperial cities are really having some fantastic markets. But if the weather is so bad, you have always opportunity. We organize visits to museum. We organize concerts like Strauss concerts in Vienna. We have different visits in Budapest also as a interesting part of the city. So, but as I said, Christmas markets time is getting more and more popular also for Europeans, and therefore all cities are usually very packed. It's busy, it's a nice atmosphere, it's a lively atmosphere. It's very different from the summer. It's very different, so you really need to experience it once. And if you get a chance that you have really nice snowy weather, then you are in a perfect time.
Even better. And as Toni mentioned, that we do have it's online right now. So if you are looking for next year, it's called European Christmas Markets. I believe the first departure is actually going to be November 25th of 2023. So that is available. There is a lot of departures available for next year. It is a fantastic, new, exciting product that does bring you to, as he mentioned, all those great locations that you get to experience, from Budapest, Vienna, Prague, and everywhere in between, Bratislava, Assisi, Krumlov. So there's an opportunity to really see some beauty there in Germany, Austria, and Hungary, Slovakia, the Czech Republic. So it's a fantastic tour.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned already, in Budapest, you have 100 artisans presenting their products on a different Christmas markets. So it's really amazing what you can get there, from food, from products, from all kind of things that you can enjoy. And just to mention that, for example, Nuremberg and Dresden, which are kind of famous in Germany as a Christmas, they attract about 2 million people.
Oh, wow.
So 2 million people in a 4 weeks time are visiting Christmas markets. So it tells you how popular they are, but they are Christmas markets are open usually all day, so you don't have really these crowds that you cannot walk around. The people are respecting, and also with the COVID, there are some restrictions which we continue to have, like we are not loading anymore any places in Europe like we did before. There is a certain number which can go in, and then they are controlling it. And I like that, because you can really enjoy that much better than in a big crowd. But as I said, they are very popular. They are Italians are crazy about Christmas markets. They're coming more and more to Austria, Italy, southern Germany, Bavaria, and these parts. So I think it's a great time to come to Europe.
Yeah, it's definitely a great time. And what a great way to really kick off the holiday season. You know, you go for us right around Thanksgiving. That's when we kind of kick it off here. We decorate. So it's a great time to kind of go out there. And as you mentioned, you know, there's lots that you can purchase. There's wooden ornaments. There's nutcrackers is obviously one of the famous things everybody likes to go. Is there anything else that you would recommend people kind of look for?
Well, we have a so-called, and this is what people can take back home. It's called Stollen. So it's a kind of cakes prepared in Germany, especially in the eastern part of Germany, in Dresden and so on. It's full of raisins inside and a kind of, kind of hard, but very, very tasty and very, very traditional for that part of, and that can last, so people can buy it and have it in the next couple of weeks, so it's not that you need to have it fresh and eat fresh, but it's very popular. So it's called, they call it in Germany Stollen. So Nürnberger Stollen or Dresdner Stollen are famous, or Leipziger Stollen. They are really very popular. Then, you have all kind of gingerbread, or
gingerbread.
Yeah, that's or Lebkuchen. I don't know. It's also traditional for Christmas markets. Then, of course, there's almonds, toasted almonds, and all kind of crackers, wooden crackers or wooden figures, or what I think a lot of Americans like to buy in Europe are the Christmas tree decoration. So you have really fantastic, Christmas tree decoration from all kind of them, even Swarovski or wooden carving details can be hanged on your Christmas tree. Yeah.
So see, there's something for everybody, something for everybody to bring home for themselves, for their family, lots to eat. I think, as you mentioned, walking around with that mulled wine, and now obviously gin you mentioned. I mean, what a great treat to go, and that keeps you warm on the inside too.
Yep, I think it's once again, it's great time to be in Europe, regardless what the weather is looking like. Because it can rain, it can snow, it can be cold and windy. On Christmas market, people are always happy. Whatever and however the weather it is, because it's a kind of a positive atmosphere that you can get there. People are coming to have drinks, to enjoy, to relax, and besides that, they can shop something, and it's traditional. It's not really that commercial like some of the shopping centers that you find around the world, so it's still quite traditional. And you can learn about this, especially from our tour managers and our local guides. They will have definitely tons of information about these Christmas markets, about the places that you will be visiting. So I'm sure whoever wants shopping can do shopping. Whoever wants enjoying just drinking there is always for everyone something.
Just to kind of recap, as we were just talking about, there are 4 tours right now, 3 that are on sale now that you can purchase and enjoy this year, and then 1 that's coming next year. So for this year, we do have magical Christmas markets of Austria and Germany. We also have classic Christmas markets featuring the markets of Innsbruck, Munich, Strasbourg, Nuremberg. And then we have the Christmas on the Danube, which is a river cruise. So they fluctuate between about 7 to 10 dates, and they do start this year, November 25th, I think is the first departure date. And then next year, we do have that introduction, which you can purchase now, the introduction of that European Christmas market. So really exciting, 4 products for you to look at. And we do have a great Christmas in July sale coming up starting on the 5th of July. for this year's Christmas market. So you can look out for a good deal coming. It's going to be lasting about 2 weeks in July. So you can maybe get a chance to go and experience the beauty of the Christmas markets this year with yourself, a loved one. It's a great time to bring your family too. What a great experience, you know, with the grandchildren and the grandparents all coming together and kind of kicking off the holiday season together.
Absolutely. You know, I will just repeat, we have these 3 Christmas products for next year. As it looks like for 2024, we will have maybe the 4th one, which will be more in the eastern part of Germany, connected probably with some parts of Czech Republic and Austria, because we realized people like it, people enjoy them. You know, our quality, especially for example on the ships, is on the river cruises, much better than any other river cruises during the year. So people like this atmosphere. The ships are nicely decorated. You know, you really have a feeling you are coming to somebody's home, like you are on that I would say relatively small ship with 120 people. You know, it's fantastic. You know, the Christmas menus. You know, a lot of entertainment related to the Christmas. So I think great time to travel Europe.
I love that. And for those that are looking for more information on river cruises, we are going to be doing a Collette Talks next month in July on river cruises, and we'll kind of go through all of our cruising packages, but one of them will obviously be Christmas on the Danube. So Toni, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're contracting and you're going crazy over there, and we just had you here in the US, so it was great to see you in person, but thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. And I just kind of want to give you a chance to say any final closing, you know, comments to those that are watching.
Well, I feel very European, even though I am Croatian by birth, but I lived in Germany, in Switzerland, in Italy for 7 years, in Slovakia, in Hungary. So I can't tell you which country is better for a Christmas market. Just come and enjoy, but be sure that you don't miss them either this or next year.
Perfect. So thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget the sale is coming starting July 5th. It'll run for 2 weeks. You'll have the opportunity to purchase all kinds of great product, but especially the Christmas markets this December. So thank you so much. We hope to see you on a Christmas markets tour this year or next year. Toni, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.